So let's drill down a little bit there. There's been a bunch of success stories. I've been talking to different folks throughout this kind of year on panels like this. Give us an example or two of where you've seen private equity make that investment in small business and have a positive result?
So I'll give you two examples that are right here in Washington, D.C. And one is just a couple storefronts down. Sweetgreens and CAVA. Everybody's probably been there at some point.
Two of Punchbowl News' favorite lunch spot.
Exactly.
On Capitol Hill.
Exactly. But, the idea behind Sweetgreens is you had two Georgetown students, that were complaining that all they had was unhealthy food options living on campus. So what did they do is they, invested in, what was if some of you probably aren't as old as me, it was a little storefront called Little Tavern, and they converted it into Sweetgreens. So they went to local farmers and they, started making salads. Now, at some point they wanted to grow that business and they knew that they couldn't do it with their own capital. So they partnered with private capital in order to do that. And not only do they get the capital, but they get the expertise to figure out, okay, how do you build a better model? How do you do better marketing? How do you access different vendors out there? And, then, after building that business and a very sustainable business that it was, it's now publicly traded on the market. It's more than $1 billion company. And then you just dial forward just recently, a couple months ago, CAVA. Another very similar story right here in Washington, D.C., did the same thing. And now their company is worth, I think, $3 billion as they took it public. But it's not only the access to capital, but it's also the access to people who have experience building a business.